And that is how a homestead journal can help you be successful on the homestead. Hey everybody, it's 2018 almost. It might be 2018 by the time I post this video. What are your goals for your homestead? I got a lot of goals. My family has a lot of goals. You probably have a lot of goals. But how are you going to keep track of your progress? I tell you how I'm doing it with a homestead journal. So I'm going to give you 5 ways that a homestead journal can help you be successful this year. Reason number 1 that a homestead journal can help you is it will not only keep track of your goals, but it will encourage you to make goals. So I made a homestead journal that's good for 2 years. It's ordered monthly. You only have to fill out a front and back every month about your homestead. At the start of the month, you make your homestead goals. Make them a goal you can hopefully achieve in a month. If you don't achieve it, at least you can look back and figure out what did you not do or what could you have done better. So number 1, a homestead journal is going to help you make goals and stick to them. And that is important on a homestead to actually get closer and closer to your dream. Reason number 2 to have a homestead journal. Keep track of your homestead animals. So we have a lot of animals. Some are just pets, some are for food. But you may want to keep track of how many eggs you lay. You may have chickens, you may have ducks, you may have quails. Who knows what you got? But keep track of what your animals are producing. You may harvest pigs or cows or goats. Keep track of that meat you harvest. Keep track of any honey you may harvest. Keep track of any milk you may harvest. So that is a way to keep track of everything you do with your animals, a homestead journal. Just write it down every month. Hey, I harvested 30 eggs this month. I harvested 50 eggs this month. I didn't harvest a single egg in January. Whatever it is. But if you start making these records, you can see where you are successful and where you need to improve on. So that's reason number 2, is to keep track of your homestead animals. Reason number 3 to have a homestead journal is to keep track of your garden, keep track of everything you grow, when you plant it, when you need to harvest it. I know I have a big problem where I plant something and I'm like, okay, I need to harvest this in 90 days, in 160 days, in 63 days. But then I forget, and I do not harvest when I should to get the optimum flavor and the best crop. Sometimes I let things grow, and I know I shouldn't. So by keeping a journal for your homestead that includes your garden, you can keep track of everything you do. And for me, the garden and the orchard is a big part of homesteading. Reason number 4 to have a homestead journal, keep track of nature and weather events. I know for me, a big part of why I homestead is so that I can be closer to nature. And I love it when something new happens on the homestead that hasn't happened before. We've had a bald eagle fly over, which is kind of rare for North Carolina. We've had foxes on the property. We've had blue herons and green herons. We've had a screech owl. We've had lots of cool animals on our property. But sometimes I forget, oh wow, we had this awesome thing happen. By keeping track of stuff, you get to start to live with the seasons. We have a lot of American toads, and there's a certain time of year they show up. We have a lot of brown bats. I think they are Virginia brown bats that show up in late spring and stay into early fall. And I like to keep track of, okay, when's the first time I saw a bat this year and when's the last time? So you get to start to live with the seasons more. And weather, of course, is super important. You want to know when to plant, when not to plant. And even though you generally know what your weather is, you may live in a micro habitat. We live in the mountains. We live on a south-facing slope. the weather conditions and how long snow lasts is dramatically different on a north-facing slope versus a south-facing slope. So it's important to keep track of your weather and your nature events. The last reason to have a homestead journal to help you with your goals is to record your mistakes. So everybody that homesteads makes mistakes. I do, you do, everybody does. But you want to make that mistake once and not do it again. So that's why it's important to keep a homestead journal. You want to get better every year. So I made a homestead journal for me and for everybody else that's interested. It is on Amazon. There's a link down here. It's really affordable. It's good for 2 years, and it puts all of your homestead, I guess all of your homestead needs in one place. So there's tons of other things I haven't talked about. There's places for construction, for recording, for mapping out your homestead. I think it's a really good deal. It'll help you out. It has helped me become more organized on the homestead. I am going to be using it next year. I'm really excited. So if you're interested in the homestead journal, check it out. There's a link below. Have a great 2018. Stay warm out there. It's snowing on me right now. And happy homesteading.